Four moms solve brutal cold case. For years, a brutal murder haunted a small American town. Police tried everything: interviews, evidence collection, endless searches, but the case went cold. Families mourned, suspects vanished, and it seemed justice would never come. But what detectives couldn't solve, four ordinary mothers did. Armed with nothing but determination, late-night research, and a deep sense of justice, these women cracked open a case everyone else had given up on. This is the unbelievable true story of the four moms who solved a cold case. The story begins with the unsolved murder of a young woman. She was found brutally killed, her life stolen far too soon. Police investigated but ran into dead ends. Years passed and the killer remained free. Families were left without closure, and the community lived in quiet fear. That is, until four mothers, friends who often gathered after dropping their kids off at school, decided they couldn't stand by any longer. They were not detectives, not trained investigators, but they had something stronger: the will to fight for justice. The murder in cold case. The victim's story was heartbreaking. A young woman with dreams and ambition, she was last seen walking home one evening. Days later, her body was discovered in a wooded area. She had been assaulted and murdered in a way that shocked the entire community. Police launched an intense investigation. Dozens of suspects were questioned. Evidence collected and tips followed. But nothing stuck. Every lead turned cold, and soon the case file was pushed aside, gathering dust. For years, her family begged for answers, but the trail was frozen, until four mothers decided to defy the odds. It all started casually. The four women, close friends and all mothers, would meet up for coffee, talk about their kids, and share their frustrations with life. But one day, the conversation turned to the murder. One of the moms said, "If the police won't do it, maybe we should." At first, it sounded crazy. But the more they talked, the more serious they became. They began researching the case, combing through old news articles, public records, and forgotten interviews. They even created a timeline of the victim's last days. What started as curiosity quickly turned into an obsession, and soon they discovered something the police had overlooked. The mothers noticed inconsistencies in the original reports. A witness account had been dismissed, and a potential suspect's alibi didn't fully check out. They also uncovered rumors that certain evidence had never been properly tested with modern DNA technology. So the women pooled their resources, raised money through the community, and pushed for fresh DNA testing. Against all odds, the results came back with a shocking match. Someone who had been hiding in plain sight all along. A man who lived in the same community, who people saw every day. He was the